Okay. Thank you, Surendra sir. Marathi businessmen had started this forum called as a Marathi Entrepreneur Network Forum. This forum was started on 23rd June 2015. Till date, we had conducted 196 meetings. We had generated the business of rupees 35 crore rupees plus. We celebrate our foundation day on 23rd June every year. On this auspicious day, we conduct a social get-together. We felicitate two male entrepreneurs and two female entrepreneurs who are the first generation Marathi entrepreneurs who established his or her own business. Every time we publish our magazine called as a Varta. Write-ups and link are accepted free of cost. This is a Varta.
This is the magazine they are publishing every month. That is called as Varta. And sir, please.
What do? We analyze the business of members and try to give global opportunities to him or her. We help Marathi businessmen to motivate in his professional and business skills development. We do regular meetings and we promote them to participate in it. We, Marathi Entrepreneur Network, organize exhibitions. We promote all businessmen for exhibitions. Marathi Entrepreneur Network Forum organize educational sessions for members and many more things. What are the benefits for members? Members can promote his business among the members and globally through us. Marathi Entrepreneur Network not only helps to increase business professionalism, but also it helps to develop businessmen's his own qualities. Members can participate in the educational sessions and several exhibitions organized by Marathi Entrepreneur Network Forum and other social activities. So I request you all to join Marathi Entrepreneur Network Forum. Thanks to all and over to Surendra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the introduction. Lovely introduction. Before we go ahead, we want to take one small poll, so it will help us to know the participants. Kindly poll this within 10 seconds.
हेलो, गुड आफ्टरनून। मैं अनुपमा जमदाड़े आप सबका स्वागत करती हूँ। आज का हमारा टॉपिक है कल्चरल फुटप्रिंट्स ऑफ कोल्हापुर। तो आज हमारे साथ है कोल्हापुर के बहुत फेमस पर्सनालिटी मिस्टर कृष्णराव मार्डी। तो मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि थोड़ा सा कोल्हापुर के बारे में। तो ये कोल्हापुर शहर जो है ये मुंबई से 400 किलोमीटर एंड पूना से लगभग 230 या 250 किलोमीटर होगा। वैसे देखा जाए तो कोल्हापुर के बारे में आपने गूगल पे भी सर्च किया होगा, आप खुद भी गए होंगे। तो कोल्हापुर का खाना भी बहुत फेमस है, लोग भी बहुत फेमस है, वहाँ का महालक्ष्मी टेम्पल भी बहुत फेमस है। ऐसे ही कुछ ऑर्बिट डेस्टिनेशंस, वहाँ के कुछ हेरिटेज म्यूजियम्स, वहाँ पे कुछ डैम्स वगैरह है, और भी बहुत कुछ जगह है। तो इसके बारे में अधिक जानकारी के लिए हमने कृष्णराव माली सर से अपॉइंटमेंट लिया। उनको हमने रिक्वेस्ट किया कि अपने लोगों को वो अधिक जानकारी दे दे कोल्हापुर के बारे में। तो मैं कृष्णराव सर को रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ कि कोल्हापुर के बारे में, आजू बाजू के एरिया में, वहाँ पे कौन से डेस्टिनेशन है, वहाँ पे क्या क्या देखने लायक है, तो वो अपने कोल्हापुर के बारे में थोड़ा सा जानकारी अपने लोगों को दे। तो कृष्णराव सर, मैं आपको रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ।
Krishna sir, over to you.
Namaste.
Namaskar, sir. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, Namaste. I'm Krishna Rao from Kolhapur. Welcome to Kolhapur, and thanks Naik Sahib and Surendra, Anupama for hosting this very interactive and important activity. Today I shall try to present before you my beloved city, the erstwhile kingdom of Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj. And I hope you will all love listening to it, interest amongst you to visit this great Karveer Sansthan, the formerly princely state. Surendra, shall we start with the presentation?
Yeah, sure, sir. I'm ready for it.
Hello, everyone. I am Unseen Kolhapur, the tourism treasure of Western Maharashtra. Surendra, will you please roll the presentation?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Is it possible for you?
Yes, sure, sir.
So here you can see a beautiful scenic hillside of Kolhapur. This is towards western part of Kolhapur. As I said, I am Unseen Kolhapur, the hidden tourism treasure, not alone for the Western Maharashtra, but for the entire globe. I am full of novelties with loads of local sales. You can see a local produce, a pumpkin. And I must tell you that Kolhapur has beautiful hinterlands. Though laid back, Kolhapur is very well connected to major towns and cities of India. And that can offer you everything, a memorable holiday experience you look for. See, my story is just about 3,000 years young. It is not old, it is very young. This is case of Palsam Bay, but then 3,000 years old reference starts from Brahmapuri. This was the first known settlement on the banks of river Panchaganga. So all of these 3,000, 2,000 years, Kolhapur was ruled by various dynasties: Rashtrakutas, Chalukyas, Shilaharas, Bahamanis, Marathas, British. Why I'm telling you? Because every one of them contributed to the footprints of Kolhapur. Kolhapur culture, and that has made us culturally very rich. As we explore cultural Kolhapur, I must tell you, all these contributions have made us, have loaded us with rich heritage, and we have been able to maintain our rural culture. It is very much into our DNA, I must say. We have rich heritage. This is old. This is new palace, mammoth building with huge expanse, nice garden, a small lake, rather sizable lake with a small zoo. Inside this palace, we have a museum, as well as the royal family still resides in this palace. Then we have rich culture.
Krishna Raoji, I'm sorry, so sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Can you be a little closer to your computer, because you are unable, your voice is not. Yeah, that is.
Okay, how is it now?
It's good now. Yes, we go.
Okay, good. So I was talking about heritage. This is a new palace, and this is similar heritage we still have maintained. and it is in very good condition for guests to enjoy. We have, shall we move ahead?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we have been able to maintain our rural culture. Then we have our age-old traditions still in existence. This is a welcome given to guests. You can see a small dholak, and of course, Kolhapur is full of bounty of nature. This is part of one of our hillsides, making every holiday a dil mange more experience. Yes, every holiday is a dil mange more experience when you come to Kolhapur. So let us start discovering destination Kolhapur. Many of you know Kolhapur is blessed by goddess Ambabai. A lot of people come here to visit and seek blessings of goddess Ambabai. This temple of Ambabai was originally built in 6th century. A pretty nice stone carved structure. Of course, in 6th century it wasn't so. It was made into wood, and in 9th century it was reconstructed into stone. Can we move ahead? Surendra?
Yes, sir.
You can see this lovely picture of our temple. In present day, there is a lot of city dwelling around this temple, but then the essence is still as great as it was. Over 6 million people visit Ambabai every year. And then devotees also visit a nearby Lord Jyotiba temple. It is about 20 kilometers on a nearby hill. Quite a cool place, just opposite to Fort Panhala. Every year, sometime in the late March or early April, we have annual fair of Jyotiba. And of course, great King Shivaji Maharaj. His life, incidents, and events do resonate with every Kolhapur person. His daughter-in-law, Maharani Tarabai, she is our pride, she is our inspiration. This statue is right at the entrance of Kolhapur. Welcome you to explore the valor, the great kingdom of Kolhapur. And even today, we have Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj's great work. This was all social reformist work, upliftment of poor. Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj dedicated his entire life for upliftment, work made for the downtrodden peasants and workers. He generated resources from the wealthy citizens during his time. A great king indeed. I'll come to his works in due course of the presentation. This is Shahu Chhatrapati Maharaj in during his visit to Europe. Then we have nearby Fort Panhala. People visit Ambabai temple, then they go to Jyotiba, they visit local attractions, and invariably they visit Fort Panhala. Fort Panhala is a historic place, and it has one of the most memorable and important episode in the life of Swarajya. King Shivaji's life was at stake at Fort Panhala. That was in 1659-60, almost 360 years old story. Panhala carries us to battlefield of Pawan Kind. Now this is unknown Kolhapur. Not many people know Pawan Kind. And also we all must know Kolhapur is bowl of sugar. We have a number of factories, and entire Kolhapur is a nice spread of sugarcane fields. Come any time of the year and you will see lush green sugarcane fields waving all around. Seasonally, we have nice rice fields in the hillsides, that is towards most of the western Kolhapur, towards Arabian Sea. We have very good range of hills, and almost 8 months of the year you have paddies with their lush green beauty. This is another identity of Kolhapur, wrestling. Even to date, there are number of wrestling dens that we call Talim Mandal. They are in practice, and make it a point to visit a Talim Mandal. People know boxing, but they know less about wrestling. When you come to Kolhapur, do visit a wrestling den. We have Motibag Talim just besides Ambabai Temple, Bhavani Mata Temple. And then Kolhapur has been a benevolent supporter of art and artists alike. This takes me back to the works of King Shahu. Shahu Maharaj, a very, very dynamic person. I wonder if there was any king of his stature at all, because for the society he did everything a king should: infrastructure, education, health, women empowerment, then irrigation, agriculture, industry. This craft is again whatever he nurtured has flown ahead, and we can see this art and craft existing in today's Kolhapur. Salute to great King Shahu Maharaj. You can see Kolhapuri chappal, then the ornament that is thushi, it is called as thushi, and famous Kolhapuri turban, we call it feta. So make it a point to wear a feta. And our culinary and cuisine extravaganza. Be it the city or the rural area, you will get very authentic local food. Kolhapur is very famous for mutton, that is non-veg dish. You can see it here, this is a non-veg dish. And then we have misal, we have katwada, we have bhel, we have zunka bhakri. Of course, we also serve South and North Indian dishes. But then I'm sure when you visit Kolhapur, you will stick to Kolhapur menu. Jaggery is another very important seasonal activity in Kolhapur. Right to November to March, we have jaggery units working day and night. And the lovely sweet jaggery that is produced is sent all across the country from Kolhapur. So if you happen to visit sometime after Deepavali, you can visit a jaggery making unit. Nice experience it is. Yes, this is a rural meal in the house of a farmer. Everybody is very generous about hospitality. Food served on banana leaf. And then during one of our rural visits, wherein we expect or want to showcase our rural culture, Kolhapur's identity. Apart from heritage or religious identities, Kolhapur has a nature and wildlife identity. It has cultural and traditional rural belts. Then we have architecture. This is what we want to showcase to the world. You can see ladies from a village mixing up with ladies from city. This is a beautiful view from one of the hillsides. Kolhapur is spread over 7,500 square kilometers. That is not very big. That is not very big. So one can come to Kolhapur and explore it over a period of, let's say, 5 to 6 days. Why I'm saying this? Because Kolhapur has 12 tehsils, that is talukas, and each one of them have its own story. Like you can see Savyasachi, the great Arjuna, in front of our Savyasachi Gurukulam. This is in Bhudargarh, and Bhudargarh has a beautiful story to listen to. It has a fort, it has a mutt, and it has Savyasachi Gurukulam. All besides the river Vedaganga. We have a good number of rivers. This is a local art exhibited at Savyasachi Gurukulam. It's a hinterland. Not many people know about it, but that's why we want to bring this to stage. And you will see this a very common scene, ever enchanting countryside of Kolhapur. Everywhere you go into the hinterlands, tiny hamlets welcome you. When you visit these tiny hamlets, you wonder, how do these people live with so less of amenities, hardly any infrastructure, but a very contented, satisfied life they live. It's a very fulfilling, very healthy, very complete life in Kolhapur. Oh, these are all beautiful rivers. This is river Panchaganga. Panchaganga is made of 5 rivers. I'll let you know these rivers when you actually come to Kolhapur. We have around 10 such nice rivers. And then number of pristine lakes. Either these are dams or lakes. Kolhapur itself, Kolhapur city, it had 12 lakes. Presently we have Rankala, Kalamba, then Lake Rajaram. Many other lakes are part of history. They are no more. But then in the hinterlands, you have number of lakes to visit. And most of them are full or semi-full round the year, giving beautiful sceneries. This is south end of Kolhapur, Tilari, a wildlife area with a beautiful river. We also have ancient caves. This particular cave is Palsambe, about 45 kilometers from Kolhapur. This is 1500 years young. I'm again saying this is young, very untouched. Not many people go there. It has a round the year stream, water of which you can drink without any doubt. Very pure mineral water. And we have stone carved temples. This is a 9th century marvel, about 65 kilometers from Kolhapur. This is Khidrapur. We are garlanded with 12 forts, 12 lovely forts, a very small district of 7,500 square kilometers and 12 lovely forts. Of these, 8 forts are easily, conveniently and comfortably accessible. Be it a trek or be it a tour of these forts, it is going to enchant, it is going to energize, it is going to inspire, motivate everyone. Then this treasure, as I said, this is New Palace. It has a small zoo, a lake. The lake is little peculiar because a migratory bird, I believe this is a painted stork. It has a colony there. This is another palace, Shalini Palace, right opposite Lake Rankala. This is also almost 100-year young story. Earlier, it used to be a heritage hotel. Then we have Town Hall. Town Hall is a nice building, as well as it has more than 100 species of plants. This is Baudekar Mansion, 45 kilometers off Kolhapur. Some of you must have seen it in few movies. Movies are being shot here. They also have a heritage still. Yeah, that is the glimpse of our rich heritage treasure, of which you can have a wonderful tour of 2 to 3 days. Now, coming to nature. Now, the biodiversity of India is well observed in the Western Ghats, starting right at Gujarat until mid of Kerala. Western Ghats are spread all over. Surendra, would you like to play one of the films? Yeah, let us enjoy this film. Amba Ghat. Amba Ghat is border between Ratnagiri district and Kolhapur. Very scenic during the monsoons and until late December. Just about 65 kilometers from Kolhapur, 1.5 hour journey. This film is showing beautiful turns and twists of Western Ghats. Western Ghats in our region are known as Sahyadri Ranges, or rather entire Maharashtra knows it as Sahyadri Ranges. So I'm looking forward to every one of you to come and explore Amba Ghat. Let's continue with the presentation. So Western Ghats have graced us with lovely turns and
Have you
twists.
ever noticed how some people just light up a room from the moment that they walk in? Now, if you've ever struggled with speaking up, standing out, and just getting comfortable in your own skin, then this course is for you. I'm Alexa Fisher, and I've appeared on
Well, most of our forests are green at least 8 to 9 months. So that gives good room for flora, the fauna to nurture itself in these forests. Of the 12, 9 talukas are in hills with either a fort or a forest, and of course lots of greenery and hamlets, villages, which are all the time a happy experience. We have nice nature trails, and that's why we are a very nice wilderness escape. At this juncture, we must see the Radhanagari Dajipur film. Surendra, can we see Dajipur film? As we
Yes, we can.
move ahead, the film might start with this session. Mr. Ruturaj Ingle has a lovely resort in Radhanagari, that is Ekant. You all must visit their website as well as the resort. It is in Radhanagari. A beautiful heritage resort I'm sure you will have very quality time with your near and dear ones.
Sorry for the delay, some technical problem maybe.
Well, I'll brief in the meanwhile. Radhanagari has one of the greatest works of life of King Shahu. Shahu Maharaj, he found one hindrance in the day-to-day living of his farmers. There was dearth of continuous regular water supply. So he made amount of research and put in a lovely dam that you are going to see now.
याच भोगावती नदीवर राजर्षी शाहूंच्या कर्तृत्वशील दूरदृष्टीतनं साकारलेलं हे राधानगरी धरण. अवघा कोल्हापूर जिल्हा सुजलाम सुफलाम करणारं हे त्या काळातलं देशातलं सगळ्यात मोठं धरण. महाराष्ट्रातलं सगळ्यात जुनं पॉवर हाऊस इथे. इथून बघावा हा विस्तीर्ण पसरलेला लक्ष्मी तलाव, जणू अथांग सागर. जशी ही लक्ष्मी सागराची जलसंपदा अलोट, तशीच काळम्मावाडी धरण, हसणे माळेवाडी इथले लघु पाटबंधारे प्रकल्प सुद्धा. इथल्या कडेकपारीतनं असेच उत्तुंग धबधबे जणू तुषारांचं पैंजण वाजवत येतात. हे नाद माधुर्य तना मनाला चिंब भिजवून टाकते. राऊतवाडी, रामनवाडी त्याबरोबरच इथले छोटे मोठे धबधबे ही इथली पाण्याची मुबलक श्रीमंती. राधानगरी अभयारण्य म्हणजे या संपूर्ण परिसराचं हृदयस्थान. नुकत्याच जाहीर झालेल्या युनेस्कोच्या जागतिक वारसा स्थळांच्या यादीमध्ये या अभयारण्याला नामांकन मिळालंय. खास गव्यांसाठी राखीव असं महाराष्ट्रातलं हे सगळ्यात जुनं अभयारण्य. इथं वाघ, बिबट्या, सांबर, भेकर यांचं अस्तित्वही आहे. पण अनेक आकर्षक इवले जीव सुद्धा आपलं लक्ष वेधून घेतात. निम सदाहरित आणि पानगळींचे विविध प्रजातींचे वृक्ष, पक्षी, फुलपाखरं हे वैभव बघताना आपण भान हरपून जातो. इथला सावराई सडा, कोकण दर्शन, वाघाचे पाणी ही स्थळं म्हणजे निसर्गाची वत्सल पूसच. इथल्या सांबर कोंडावर निवांत बसून पाणवठ्यावर येणाऱ्या पशुपक्ष्यांची नजाकत निरखत राहावी, ही सगळी मजाच न्यारी. राधानगरी परिसराला इतिहासाचाही बुलंद वारसा लाभला. राजर्षी शाहूंसारख्या द्रष्टा राजानं निर्मिलेला याच भोगावती नदीवर राजर्षी शाहूंच्या कर्तृत्वशील दूरदृष्टीतनं साकारलेलं हे राधानगरी धरण. अवघा कोल्हापूर जिल्हा सुजलाम सुफलाम
So that was Radhanagari, one of the 12 tehsils of Kolhapur. So along with heritage, you can also look at Kolhapur as a wilderness escape. As we move ahead with other part of the destination, let us see what Kolhapur offers for tourism fraternity, that is travel agents, tour operators. So we have excellent connectivity by road, rail and air. We have 5 flights coming into Kolhapur from Mumbai, Bangalore and Hyderabad. Total number of flights. Then we by road, we are very well connected to Pune, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Bangalore and Panjim. Then as people travel to Shirdi and Tirupati in loads, they can very well connect to Kolhapur. Shirdi has road and rail connectivity. while Tirupati has rail and flight connectivity, making it very convenient to fly to Kolhapur in just about 60-70 minutes. Then we are also very well connected to Hampi and Badami, Dandeli, Goa, and entire belt of Konkan, rather Ratnagiri and Sindhudurga. These are all just 4 hours away from Kolhapur. So anybody coming to these places can think of visiting Kolhapur. We have 100+ hotels for masses and classes, easy and affordable vehicle rentals for sightseeing. We have buses, tempo travelers, Innovas, and Desires in both the versions, AC and non-AC. And of course, food is not a problem here at all. The local veg, non-veg food, as well as many hotels serve North and South Indian varieties. And even for foreigners, we have continental food. Day tours that I have been describing, or you can visit our website and find out more. They are not far flung. You can stay in Kolhapur or one of our nearby resorts and explore Kolhapur on day tours. And a major thing, that is language. These Marathi, Hindi, Gujarati, Kannada, and English are very well received here. People won't find themselves out of place for language. And then very peaceful place, good social harmony, very safe and secure law and order. And that's why all these aspects, avenues, make Kolhapur a 360 days tourism for 365 days. Or I must say, Kolhapur offers holiday season. Kolhapur offers holiday season for every reason you want to celebrate. Come to Kolhapur. And of course, for tour operators, travel agents, to build themes for their esteemed clients, we have designed number of holiday choices. You have rural tours, architecture and heritage tours, fort tours, because we have 12 forts. We have nature and wildlife tours. We have adventure treks. We have religious tours. So these are minimum 6 very options you have here. And Surendra, if we have time, I would like to take everybody on a rural tour.
Sure, sir.
Can we?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. It's a small brief. This is a rural tour that we call Gramanti. Gram Bhatkanti, that is wandering into the villages. So Gramanti is basically a visit to farms and farmers to find out how their daily life is. Because without a farmer, we won't see food on our plates. And it is our top duty to appreciate their hard work. So this Gramanti is a kind of a social tour wherein city dwellers visit farms and farmers, talk to them and find out more about their activities. In Kolhapur, we have good number of opportunities to visit farmers. This farmer here has a specialization in rearing a local cow. And with this local cow, this is Gir Indian cow, with this local Indian cow, he has set a very good example. He earns not less than 1,000 rupees a day by selling various products of this cow, be it her go arka, be it some medicines made out of it, or the ghee made from its milk. So 1,000 rupees a day is a very handsome earning. And he practices organic farming on his farm too. Of course, the courtesy and blessings of local Indian cow. Then guests visit the farms. They can roam in the farm, get a feel of the grass, the sugarcane. They can eat sugarcane. They can, and look at these kids. They are having great time here. These kids are taken to, or be it kids or elders, they are taken to a river. Then we have Machan. Machan in right in the center of a sugarcane farm. tranquil river. Sit by this river for hours and hours. Local fruits. I could show you banana and karwanda, but we also have zambul, panas, mangoes. Even today, the life in village is very laid back. You can see people relaxing, living on their terms. Guests having good time with photography. And someone trying to become farmer himself. So for travel agents and tour operators, we have basic packages starting from 2 days to 5 days. So for more details, you can certainly contact me. And over to Surendra.
I think over to the guest who want to ask something. If anybody want to ask the questions regarding the presentation and anything about the Kolhapur, you can ask him directly, no issues. There are everybody wants you kindly share your number and email address. They want to chat with you in personal. Okay, if possible, kindly give the details of Kanere Mutt and show the pictures if you have, and the Paramparik Sanskruti of Kanere Mutt, if you can share. That is the question.
Okay, Kaneri Mutt.
Yes, Kanere Mutt.
Kaneri Mutt is a very old establishment, but over the last about 11 years ago, they set up Siddhagiri Sangrahalaya. Siddhagiri Sangrahalaya is a very lovely or very elaborate and descriptive, important collection of our traditions and culture. We have 3 sections there. The section number 1 is about our Rishis and Munis and their research, their great contribution to Indian culture, Indian society. Then we move on to see a village which is self-reliant. We had a system called Balutedars, that is barter system. You can very well observe, understand that particular system, professions of villages in this section. And every village, rather Indian culture offers number of fairs, let us say quarterly or half yearly, wherein people can come together, exchange their ideas, exchange their happiness, exchange their sorrows, and more so, exchange the goods manufactured, so that money keeps flowing. So the fair, the 3rd section is about a lovely village fair. This Siddhagiri Museum consumes about 2.5 hours to explore it properly. Plus, everyone visiting Kaneri Mutt Siddhagiri Sangrahalaya Museum must visit the Go Palan area, that is Indian cows. They have a huge area where you have 1,000+ Indian cows and bullocks. They are all Indian species, and there you come to know the greatness of holy Indian cow, its contribution to every household, be it a farmer or a city dweller. Every Indian cow contributes to betterment, great health of all of us. So you must visit when you come to Kolhapur. It is about 10 kilometers from Kolhapur city center. It is open from 9 in the morning to 5 in the evening. They have also come up with few evening shows. But then as you visit Hyderabad and Ramoji Film City, Kolhapur shares the same equation, Kolhapur and Siddhagiri Sangrahalaya. A great contribution to Kolhapur.
Okay, thank you, sir. We have a guest from Chennai, Mr. Sridharan. He will ask you one question. Mr. Sridharan, please go ahead.
Yeah. Are you listening, me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please, you are audible.
Yeah. See, if the customer wants to have, yesterday you showed some detail regarding the one of the Aroha Srishi, no? Yesterday.
Yes, sir.
you
Yes,
gave
sir.
detail.
Yes, sir.
if I want to combine both two, so that the customer will have a combined, so 2 days at 3 days here. So we can give some tailor-made package we can have, no?
That is possible, sir. That is absolutely possible. You can, Aurav Srushti, you can stay for 1 or 2 nights and then you can join with the Krishnara Mali for next 2 days. So you can plan 4 nights, 5 nights in days 2. In
Okay. Number 2, any water activity there in the river, sir? In the river, do we have any water activity? Like trekking, kayaking, the paragliding, anything there?
Sir, you are asking with the Aurav Srushti or you are asking with the in Kolhapur?
No, about this Kolhapur.
In Kolhapur, sir.
Kolhapur, no. Kayaking, no. We don't have that facility. In the river, you can have water sports in Lake Rankala.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And you give me the PPT to my mail so that let me explore
Sure,
once
sir. Sure, sir. We will mail you, sir. Jagdish Mai is going to ask the next question. Jagdish, just go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
Jagdish, please.
Surendra, thank you very much. Again, Krishna, how are you?
I'm doing well,
Fine,
sir.
doing great.
I don't want to ask any question, just want to highlight one point about Krishnara. Someone has asked the question about the luxury resort. Krishnara's luxury is in simplicity. He want to show the rural and cultural of Kolhapur, his passion. We are seeing it for last 15 years, from coming from Singapore and doing only the cultural and local activities from Kolhapur. Hats off to Krishna. Keep it up. We're all with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jagdish. Thanks for wonderful words. We have a question from, I think, Srushti. Samir Chavan. Samir, just go ahead, please. Samir? Okay, he is not audible. I like to request Chaitanya to just go ahead with your question.
Yeah, hi sir. Apart from Ekant property, which is you had showed, Ekant, one of your friend is there who is the Ekant
Yeah,
property. Any
yes.
other property apart from Ekant? आणि ते तुम्ही जे आता दाखवलं village. Any provisions of staying there or in and around any hotel so that we can stay in the village or nearby म्हणजे कुठे असेल तर.
Okay. When you come to Kolhapur, you have a choice of staying in Kolhapur, or we have 4 routes. That is Amba route, Gagan Bavda route, Radhanagari route, and Budhargad route. They are about 50 kilometers from Kolhapur, 50-60 range. And likewise, Ekant, you also have hotels in Budhargad area. You have a resort in Gagan Bavda area and Amba area. So it is your choice whether you want to stay in rather close to nature or within city limits.
Okay.
You have good number of choices. You can stay in hotel, or you can stay in homestays, or you can stay in Kolhapur hotels.
Okay,
You have good choice. There is no dearth of accommodation. There is no dearth of transportation. Very reliable guidance you will get.
So please share your contact number in the chat box so that in
Sure,
the
sir.
future
We are
can
sharing. We are
contact.
sharing.
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Thanks, sir.
We are sharing. Sir, we have another question from Mansi Patil. Before that, there is a question. What about the Gagan Bavda resort? Can you spread some words about
MTDC in Gagan Bavda, right in Gagan Bavda, just opposite or just close to bus stand, MTDC has a building. It is a hotel, not exactly resort, but it's a nice, spacious property. Rooms are pretty good. They have 10 rooms, and location is pretty good.
Thank you, sir. Mansi, you can ask a question. Mansi, just please go ahead.
हाँ हेलो सर, मुझे ये एक तो क्वेश्चन था अकोमोडेशन पार्ट जो आपने अभी अभी आंसर किया है कि क्वाइट गुड अकोमोडेशन फैसिलिटीज आर देयर, बट सेकंड क्वेश्चन ये था जो अभी आपने पीपीटी शो किया उसके अंदर काफी ग्रीनरी है और वाटरफॉल्स में भी काफी अच्छा मतलब पानी का क्वांटिटी है वहाँ पे, तो ये कौन से सीजन में मिल सकता है? विंटर में या मतलब क्या रेनी सीजन में जाना पड़ेगा, क्या है?
The moment we celebrate our Independence Day, that is 15th of August.
Okay.
Until we celebrate our Republic Day, that is 26th of
26th
January.
of January.
That is the best season to visit Kolhapur.
Okay,
Right,
so
Anshul?
that time we can see that type of greenery which is
Yes,
shown
yes.
in the PPT.
Yeah, try to come before December and try to avoid Diwali and Christmas crowd.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
There is a next question from Mr. Prakash Parab. Prakash sir, please go ahead to ask the question.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Sorry. Mr. Krishna Rao, your presentation was very nice. I just
Thank you.
wanted to suggest one additional small museum in proper Kolhapur, that is paintings from Chandrakant Mandre.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, that is a very good one. Many people don't know it. So it can
Yes,
be
yes.
offbeat destination.
Certainly, certainly. Yes, everybody will enjoy it. The
You can
paintings
tell
are
briefly. You can tell briefly
awfully
about this to
beautiful.
others. I know I have seen it, but
Yes. Yes, we
for
shall
others.
recommend. We shall recommend.
Okay. We will conclude today. Tomorrow we will have a different presentation with Koina Nagar with Mr. Patankar. Sanjay Naik sir, I request you to please go ahead for the vote of thanks and we will.
Thank you, Krishna Rao. Once again, we realize whatever we experienced the fam tour of Kolhapur, and I think everyone enjoy the presentation of this Kolhapur, unseen Kolhapur. Thank you all. Stay online for tomorrow also. There is one additional miracle by Mr. Patankar by same time. Thank you.
Okay, before we close, once again we will share. There are so many requests for in chat box for the contact number of Mr. Krishna Rao. Please write down their contact details so you can contact them directly. Okay. Thank you all of you. Thank you once again for the participating. Thank you, Krishna Rao ji.
Dhanyawad, dhanyawad.
So see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Take care. See you. Bye.